Here's a number that surprised me the first time I saw it. 72% of companies are actively rolling out AI tools right now. Microsoft Copilot, ChatGPT, all the custom models. The spend is real, the licenses are paid for. Everything is done by IT. And 60% of those companies, those same companies, say that their employees are not using the tools. That is a very, very expensive gap. And I want to tell you exactly what's causing it, because I've been in many of those rollouts. I've spent years in IT management, working on exactly these kind of rollouts. Enterprise software, change management, getting non-technical teams to actually use those things that IT presented for them and implemented in their organizations. AI is the latest version of those kind of problems I've seen many times. And the failure pattern is almost always the same. 3 reasons. Let me walk you through them. Reason number 1. No use case clarity. Here's what it looks like in practice. IT enables Microsoft Copilot for 500 users. They send one email. Copilot is now available for you guys. And they wait. The problem here is that from now on, 500 of its employees have a really powerful tool and they have no clue how to use it. They try it once, they get a result, good, but not transformational. And they go back to working the way they did all the time. The fix at this stage is brutally simple. Before you enable the tool, you should define 3 use cases that will be covered by this tool. Not awake tasks, specific. For example, meeting summaries in Teams, first draft of the weekly status report, answering internal HR FAQs. If your IT team cannot name 3 cases, the rollout will fail. Full stop. Reason 2. No real training. One email is not onboarding. One 30-minute lunch and learn is not an actual onboarding as well. But that is exactly what most of the organizations provide. And they are surprised that nobody is using those tools in a way they intended. But the good news is, I've seen it work as well. And here are the things that actually work. Short, role-specific training. Not here is how Copilot works. But imagine this one. Here is how Copilot works to save finance team 2 hours a week. Sounds better? Yes. Relevant? Indeed. Repeatable? Sure. The other thing that works is making the tools easy to access. If employees have to go over the hassle over login, let's say you are logging into one screen, you are approving your login in another, you are accessing another page, that won't work. Most of them won't even bother accessing the tools. And here's the point. Friction is an enemy of adoption. Here's the reason 3. No internal champions are available. Let me explain. This is the one I see fail most quietly. IT rolls out the tools. Nobody outside IT owns the adoption. So when questions come up, employees naturally ask IT for support. Meanwhile, IT is really busy. Answers are slow, enthusiasm dies. Every successful AI rollout I've seen has one thing in common. There is someone in each department who is really enthusiastic about it, who uses the tools every day, all the time, and who becomes a go-to person for all of the team. You cannot appoint this person. You cannot ask him to be this champion. This is just a natural flow of his own curiosity. All you do is you find them. They are already curious about it. They've probably already signed up for many of the AI tools themselves, on their own. Give them access, give them time, and they will lead for you. Now that we've covered all 3 critical things, what's the fix? Just 3 steps. I call it Define, Train, Champion, DTC for short. Step 1. Define. Before launch, identify 3 distinct use cases for each of the product. Simple, clear, fast to implement. Not a general AI use. This will come in later, but specific tasks. You can work with department heads to find those. There are plenty of opportunities out there. Step 2. Train. Create 10-minute long, specific, clear, actionable training videos. This works best. They should be not about the technology, but about the tasks. Here's how to do some specific thing just by using an AI tool. Step 3. The champion. Find one person who is already curious by nature of using these tools. Give them early access. And very important, give them mandate to help their team members. They will do more for your adoption than any of the IT team could do in a long time. So, define, train, and champion. That's all there is. That is the whole framework. Simple, isn't it? Now, one thing I want to cover with you before we finish. A lot of organizations are really nervous about employees using external AI tools with company data. That concern is legitimate. If your team is using ChatGPT or Copilot, make sure sensitive information is handed over the secure channels. You should always use your internal channels for answering the sensitive information from your company. That's why make sure you have a reliable VPN in place. And if you are building your internal training materials, demos, or internal explaining videos for your rollout, why not use AI tools to do that? This is one of the best ways to learn. 11 Labs is excellent for creating the voiceovers for your videos. Do you want to know more? Link in the description. Next week, I'm going to show you something practical. How to use some of the tools free without any charge and safely, securely in your organization. You don't think it is possible? I've tried that and it works. You don't need any paid subscription. You don't need any of the corporate account to do that. Most people don't know that is possible. It is, and it is actually quite capable. Subscribe if you want that. And if your organization is going over the AI rollout right now, drop a comment. Let me know where you are in the process. Do you use the same kind of framework presented in the video? I will read every one of these comments.